Good morning, and welcome to Bumblebee Junction. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have another gourd project in the works, and one that I have altered. So let me go ahead and get to that footage. Hold on, give me just a second. Okay, if you watched the last video, you know that I made this one. And I was kind of holding on to it because Mark had a suggestion that I thought would be a whole lot of fun. So I'm actually going to change this one a little bit. I'm going to make a coin bank, or a piggy bank, apple bank, out of it. And I have the clean out hole in the bottom, but I have all of these wonderful corks. I bought them in a nice bag with all different sizes. But what I want to do is I'm going to use my Dremel and my Philly point burr, and I'm going to put a coin slot in the top. And I'm going to put a cork in the bottom, and I'm going to put a couple of little legs so it'll stand up, because the cork needs to stick out just a little bit so you can get your fingers on it to pull it back out. So I'm going to get started on that. The first thing I'm going to do is get out my Dremel, and I have my Philly point burr on here. It's a really nice fine point burr and should be able to do the trick really easily. So I'm going to go ahead and do that part first. I do have my mask and I do have my glasses, and I'm going to put just a little bit of a break in here. That way Mark can drown out the sound, because yeah, Dremels can be really, really loud. So hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my coin slot drilled out. Got that cleaned up a little bit, and quarter fits in there just perfect. Plenty of room. Go ahead and put it in. Get it to come out the bottom, maybe. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and start working on the legs next. So hold on and let me get everything ready for that. Okay, now the next thing that I want to do is to make some little wooden feet for the bottom. And anybody who's seen me do this before knows that I really like this quick wood. And if you haven't seen it before, I have used it to make the combs and wattles and beaks for my decoupage chickens, and I have used it to make the form for the tail and the bill on the ducks that I've made. We'll get these guys set back out of the way, and I'll show you how to use this quick wood. This is one of my favorite crafting supplies. Now this is an epoxy, and you can see in there there's two different colors. But what you do is you cut off the piece that you want, you just mix it like putty. And it will take a minute, and it is a little bit solid when it's cold. The warmth of your hands will soften it up, but you have to mix it. I don't know if you can see some of the lighter there and some of the darker here. It does take a few minutes to want to mix it until it is a completely consistent color. And then you have plenty of time to work with it. Probably at least 15 minutes. But as soon as it dries, it is just like you formed a piece of wood. You can paint it and do just about anything you want to it, but you do have to make sure that it's one consistent color. Almost there. There we go. Now, once you get it to one consistent color, you can cut it, mold it, use it, shape it, anything like you would Play-Doh. And I'm just going to make 3 little feet to go on the bottom. Just so it stands up enough to be a little bit taller than the cork, because I want the cork to come out of the bottom just enough that you can still get your fingers on it. I've got those shaped pretty much the way I want them. I'm going to let them dry just a little bit. Probably make this one just a little smaller. Okay, now I'm going to let these dry for a little while. And don't worry about any extra little pieces that you have that you pinch off if you don't use them. You can roll them up and flatten just one edge of them and put it aside. And once it cures, you can use it for anything in the future. I've often used them for the feet on the bottoms of things. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let these dry for just a little while, and I'll be right back. Okay, you can see back here in the background, I got the little legs on my apple back there. I'm going to let them sit and cure for a little bit longer. And I have this nice clean gourd. Now, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to make a wooden spoon holder out of it. And I have a brand new set of 3 wooden spoons in different sizes. And I'm going to put 3 holes in the top. And you can see this is one that I've already cleaned out. And it sits really nice. So I'm going to decide here about where I want the placement for the holes. Let's see. So I'll mark this real quick. 1, 2, 3. Now, there are several different ways that you can do this if you want a utensil holder for more than just wooden spoons. You can open up any size hole that you want on the top. But today I'm just going to be doing 3 wooden spoons. And I am going to paint this, but I want to get the holes drilled out of it first. And I'm going to go back to my Philly Point burr again. And I'm going to get started on putting the holes in the top of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little break in here because the Dremel's really noisy. Okay, I have all the holes out of the top, and I have fit the spoon into all three, and they go in really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to go and run a damp cloth over it to take any remaining dust off of it, and then I'm going to take it outside with some red spray paint, and I'm going to do the first coat on it. So hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just getting ready here with a little bit of decoupage. I'm going to put a set of leaves on the wooden spoon holder, and I have two more gourds sitting over here. I have this one and this one that I want to, wow, the camera's sitting off low. I'll have to adjust that. But I do have two other gourds here that I would like to do decoupage like I did the red one, but I'm going to do one in green and one in yellow. But I'm going to do this the exact same way I did for the other two. I have 3 layers of fabric, and I'm just going to put the glue on them, and then I'm going to let them sit aside until they dry and harden up. Doesn't take terrible long, but it does take a little while. But I'm going to go ahead and get a few sets of these made and get them drying so that I can use them here real soon. So I'm going to go ahead and step off of here. I'm waiting currently for red paint to dry on the 2 projects that I've already started on this morning. I'm going to go ahead and get these leaves finished and worked up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have this one all painted, and the next thing that I'm going to do is get a couple of these leaves glued onto the stem. I see how I want it to sit. And probably like that. I get a couple of these leaves glued on here, and then I'm going to take both of these out and I'm going to spray them with the clear top coat. I have this one finished. Put the little legs on it, got it all painted up. You can see the slit in the top, and all it needs is a coat of lacquer on it too. So I'm going to go ahead and get the leaves put on here. Then I'm going to take them out and spray them, and I'll be right back. Okay, these are all done. I'll show you the bank. There's the coin bank, and I put a cork in the bottom and little feet so it sits really nice. And there's my wooden spoon holder. And I'll pull back here just a little bit and show you my terribly messy desk and all the other projects that I've got going. That apple is done, and I'm making a green and a yellow one. But the green one, the stem broke off of, so I'm going to make one to put on top of it. But there they are, all done. And a few more projects there in the background. Yeah. So, got some more work to do, got a few more projects lined up, so I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, but I'll be right back to talk to you in just a second. Okay, so that's all the footage that I have for today, but go ahead and hold these up. Maybe I have to scoot back here a little bit, but I do have both of these done. Yeah, really exciting. I think the coin bank was my favorite. Yeah, turned out really good. Yeah, I think that one might be my favorite. But anyway, I do have a few more Gourd craft projects lined up for probably later this week. And we also have the jewelry settings that I like to get to and get those done. It'd be a whole lot of fun to do them on camera. It has been a few years since we've done it, but it's about time, and kind of excited to get the special white gold setting, but we'll talk a little bit more about that when it gets here. And they told me it's on the way, so we're going to be waiting for that. But anyway, I should probably go ahead and get on out of here. I had to actually come out and do the intro and stuff outside because in the dining room, yeah, on the other side of the wall was the dishwasher, and I was trying to clean up the kitchen and everything, got the dishwasher running, and realized I still hadn't done this part of the video. So I'm actually out here in the cold to do it, and I'm starting to shiver, so I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this finished up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell to let you know when I'm playing in the craft room again. And apparently today's color is red. But if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all in your mind, please leave them in the little box below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. But yeah, it is getting a little bit chilly out here, so I'm going to go ahead and get back in the house where it's nice and warm. Don't forget, we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.